Late last week, Armenia saw raids on the offices of the Dashnaktsutyun party, which sparked outrage in opposition and anti-government media. This incident marks another chapter in the ongoing conflict between Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and radical nationalists. According to Kerim Sultanov, a representative of the supreme body of the Armenian Revolutionary Federation Dashnaktsutyun, at least 10 people were detained during the raids on Dashnaktsutyun offices in Yekegnadzor and Vaik. However, the exact number of detainees remains unknown as fresh reports are coming in. Armenian media reports that the raids were conducted as part of a criminal case related to mass riots and bribing of citizens to participate in protests. Indeed, the Dashnaks are actively involved in the unrest incited by rogue priest Bagrat Galstanyan. This is not surprising given that Dashnaktsutyun has had legal issues in the past due to their extremist methods of struggle. Pashinyan has long-standing grievances against this terrorist party, which is understandable considering the legacy of his mentor Levon Ter-Petrosyan. It was Ter-Petrosyan, as president of Armenia, who banned the activities of Dashnaktsutyun. Robert Kocharyan later returned the Dashnaks to the political arena, sparking a new round of conflicts. The Dashnaks have not forgiven the leader of the Armenian Nationalist Congress, ANC, and have pressured its members over the years. After Nikol Pashinyan came to power, the Dashnaks became active again. A year before the Second Karabakh War, the ANC issued a statement claiming that Dashnaktsutyun was once again resorting to terrorism as a political tool. The statement was prompted by attacks from the Dashnaks on several party members whose views differed from their own. After Armenia's defeat in the 44-day war, the Armenian Revolutionary Federation Dashnaktsutyun began acts of defiance, demanding Pashinyan's resignation. The unrest that did happen recently in Yerevan, triggered by an anti-terrorist operation in September 2023, gave the Dashnaks a new pretext to launch a campaign against the traitor. These protests are merely a guise for destabilizing the country and undermining Pashinyan's authority. Relations between Pashinyan and the Dashnaks have deteriorated completely. Hostilities have intensified to the point that representatives of Dashnaktsutyun from the diaspora have been barred from entering Armenia. Last year, Dashnaktsutyun member Asyan Aslanyan from the Netherlands and Murat Papazyan, co-chair of the Coordinating Council of Armenian Organizations of France, were detained and denied entry. Papazyan, known for his hostile actions against Pashinyan, even organized an attack on his motorcade in Paris in 2021. Intervention by French President Emmanuel Macron also failed to improve relations between Pashinyan and Dashnaktsutyun. In February 2023, Macron attempted to mediate during the reburial ceremony of the Armenian resistance fighter in the Pantheon. However, Macron's mediation did not lead to long-term results. The Dashnaks' involvement in the latest unrest in Yerevan provided a good reason for the authorities to seriously tackle the terrorist party. This is now not just ideological disagreements, but a criminal case with serious consequences. The Dashnaktsutyun is closely connected with the Karabakh clan, represented by former presidents Robert Kocharyan and Serge Sargsyan, who are viewing their web, waiting for Pashinyan to falter. These former leaders, possessing significant influence, continue to use Dashnaktsutyun as a tool to undermine the current government and destabilize the political situation in the country. At the same time, the alliance with the Dashnaks allows them to maintain control over part of the political elite and resources despite the defeat in the war. The raids on Dashnaktsutyun officers and subsequent arrests are just the tip of the iceberg. in the long-standing conflict between the current Armenian government and radical nationalists. This conflict has deep historical roots and is supported by various external and internal forces seeking to use it for their own purposes. Time will tell if Pashinyan can break the resistance and bring stability to the country's political life. However, one thing is clear: without decisive action by the government, Armenia risks remaining trapped in internal strife and political instability. Pashinyan faces a difficult task. He must not only deal with the Dashnaks, but also offer the people of Armenia a new political and economic agenda that will allow the country to move forward. Otherwise, Armenia risks plunging into chaos and unrest, which could have unpredictable consequences for both the country itself and the entire region. Amid the escalating domestic conflict, it's important to consider the international context. The influence of external players such as France, Russia and other countries also plays a significant role in Armenian politics. Macron's intervention showed that even international efforts at reconciliation are not always successful. Meanwhile, the activity of the Karabakh clan and the support of the diaspora create additional challenges for Pashinyan. The future of Armenia largely depends on the ability of its leaders to overcome internal differences and find ways for the peaceful coexistence of various political forces. Solving the problem of Dashnaks and establishing a stable political climate requires a comprehensive approach, including reforms, dialogue and international cooperation. Only in this way can we hope to create conditions for the sustainable development and prosperity of Armenia in the future.